Living with his newfound family that was created on the extrasolar moon Pandora is Jake Sully. In order to defend their home, Jake must cooperate with Neytiri and the army of the Na'vi race as a recurring threat reappears to complete what had been begun. Jake persuades a reluctant Neytiri and his family to disassociate themselves from the Omaticaya clan and relocate to the eastern seaboard of Neytiri, a coral reef island whose clan and way of life are tailored to Pandora's aquatic habitat, in order to protect their safety from the threat that Spider's knowledge of their whereabouts poses as well as to prevent another catastrophe. Jake abdicates as chieftain to his successor and departs from Akaina with his family. When they arrive, they are welcomed by the clan chief Tanoari and his wife Ronal, who at first have their doubts about them. Jake, though, explains their predicament, and it is decided to let them stay and provide shelter. Jake and his family are mocked by certain tribesmen because of their genetic human heritage, but as they learn the traditions of the reef people, they gain the respect of the tribe. While Loke makes friends with Tsireya, the daughter of clan leader Tanoari and his wife Ronal, Kiri is enamored with the underwater life of Neytiri and forms a spiritual relationship with the sea and its species. Jake directs a systematic guerrilla operation against the RDA supply lines, weakening them, to stop the RDA from abusing Pandora once more. Loke, who disobeys Neytiri and is anxious to prove himself, tries to help Jake in battle during one of the operations but is injured. Jake saves him and teaches him not to put his own safety in peril by acting recklessly. Loke, who is perceptive, senses their presence and informs his father Jake right away, who is then made aware of the circumstance. However, a battle breaks out, and Quaritch's team kidnaps Jake's kids. Most of them are released when Jake and Neytiri arrive in time, but Spider is captured by Quaritch, who recognizes him as his son. The RDA tries to force Spider on the ship to reveal information on Jake, but she resists. Quaritch shifts tactics and addresses Spider as his son while also providing more information about the Na'vi in exchange for Spider's freedom on his side. Spider educates Quaritch about Na'vi culture despite his reluctance and ignorance of his true purpose. Quaritch also had success training an Ikran flying monster to use as his vehicle. In the process of adjusting to their new surroundings, Loke fights with Tsireya's brother Aonung after the latter makes a harsh remark about Kiri and him because of their mixed human ancestry. Jake corrects his son's behavior. Loke returns to apologize to Aonung and his pals on Jake's persuasion. But as retaliation, they lure him into a voyage into the realm of a perilous sea predator and abandon him there. The sea predator makes an attempt to harm Loke. But Payakin, a tulkun, a peaceful and intelligent type of cetacean, whom the Neytiri regard as their spiritual family, saves Loke and becomes his companion. Aonung is asked to apologize to Loke upon his return to Neytiri when Chief Tanoari learned of his treatment of Loke. However, Loke accepts responsibility for his actions and gains Aonung's friendship. Additionally, he is informed that Payakin is an outcast within his race. While visiting a branch of the Tree of Souls to meet her mother, Kiri links with it but experiences a terrible seizure. Ronal heals her, but when Jake asks Norm Spellman and Max Patel for assistance, Quaritch is able to find them in the Reef People's home archipelago. He hijacks a whaling ship that is hunting tulkuns in order to collect their brain enzymes for use in developing anti-aging treatments, bringing Spider along with him. Quaritch tells the whaling crew to only kill the tulkuns in order to bring Jake out before he begins mercilessly interrogating the local tribes about Jake's whereabouts. When Loke mentally connects with Payakin, he discovers that the tulkun was expelled because he disobeyed his species rules and attacked the whalers responsible for his mother's death. When the Neytiri hear about the tulkun killings, Loke and his siblings Tsireya and Aonung leave to warn Payakin. They discover Loke, Kiri, and Tuk being held captive by Quaritch, and Payakin being pursued by the whalers. Jake, Neytiri, and the Neytiri headed out to confront the humans since their children were in danger. Jake is forced to submit by Quaritch, but when he realizes that his soul brother is in danger, Payakin fights the whalers, starting a conflict that leaves the majority of the crew dead and seriously damages the ship, leading it to sink. Loke and Spider are saved by Neytiri, who is then fatally shot. Jake is up against Quaritch, who is holding Kiri prisoner. Quaritch initially rejects his kid when Neytiri does the same to Spider, but changes his mind after Neytiri cuts Spider on the chest. As the ship sinks, Jake, Quaritch, Neytiri, and Tuk get trapped inside. As Loke and Payakin rescue Jake after he chokes Quaritch to unconsciousness, Kiri conjures water monsters to assist her in rescuing Neytiri and Tuk. Spider locates Quaritch and saves him, but after seeing how cruel Quaritch was to the Na'vi and how he prioritized killing Jake's family over being his father and being a good man, he decides to leave Quaritch and return to Jake's family.